Hi my dear friends, this is Rajashekar from our SAIMEDHA coaching center. This video is specially for KPTCL Assistant Engineer and Assistant Executive Engineer aspirants. Generally, 2 days back, SAIMEDHA chairmen are given you analysis on question paper, how they will ask you questions. The complete strategy already given, and now I am going to give a analysis or strategy, preparation strategy about electrical machines. Generally, out of 100 marks, 75 marks of technical is there, of course remaining 25 marks of non-technical. Out of this 75 marks, in previous year question papers, from electrical machine, even 25 questions also came in 2013, I think. In some cases, 20 marks also came. So see how the key role playing by our electrical machines. Out of 75, around at least we can expect 15 to 20 marks, sir, be careful. So, maximum weightage from our electrical machines only. And that too, very expected questions. Very simple questions. Simple, there is no any logic even. Simple questions. Of course, some conceptual basic questions. Conceptually they are asking. And remaining questions are less, there is no any numerical part, very simple, just problem, substitution, we can get the answer. Formula, substitution, we can get the answer. Like a very simple questions are there. Once analyze the question paper, how they will ask you question. Out of 4 electrical machines, generally they are asking from transformer around 10 to 15 questions. Maximum questions they are asking from transformer. Of course, then after induction machine and DC machine and synchronous machine, they are asking equally, each around 4 questions, each around 5 questions, like that. So even we can expect that from this nearly 8 marks and from this nearly each 5 marks, we can expect like this. Means around 20 plus. If the number of questions reduces, then they may give you like a 5 questions if they want to ask you 20 questions. So we can expect at least 20 questions from our electrical machines. Okay. So apart from this, in this electrical machine, how they are asking questions? Maximum they are concentrated on theory questions compared to numericals in our transformers. Of course, they are asking around 2 to 3 numerical questions from each of this, and especially in synchronous machine also they will concentrate only on theory questions compared to numericals. So maximum out of 20, around 12 to 15 theory questions, remaining are the numericals. Okay, because the question paper will be given by KEA, that's why this analysis. Maximum questions are theory but not easy, conceptual questions only they will ask you. And then after minimum questions are numerical type. And even in our transformers, we can expect one question from construction of transformer. They will ask you simple question. Why we are adding silicon to the steel? What is net cross-sectional area, gross cross-sectional area? What is ideal shape of the transformer core? The high frequency transformer cores are made up of. Okay, why we need a grain orientation, CRGO, why this is? So like that, one question we may expect from the constructional details. Then after, they will ask you one question on EMF equation. This is also very important, EMF equation. And then after 100%, there is a question on losses and efficiency. Losses and efficiency, very important. Surely remember this, there is a question in our examination. Losses and efficiency. And the next one, another question from voltage regulation, OC test, SC test. OC test, SC test, voltage regulation, from this one, at least one question. At least, it may be more than one also. Simply they are asking from OC test and SC test like a theory questions. The wattmeter should be connected to which side? Test should be conducted on which side? Why we are using LPF wattmeter for OC test? Why we have to use UPF wattmeters for short circuit test? Like that they are asking a simple question. Then after they will ask you question on auto transformer. This is also 100% question, sir. 100% questions on auto transformer. One question is there, remember this. Simply they will give you in additive polarity or subtractive polarity, then find the new KVA rating of auto transformer. Of course, we have the KVA rating of auto transformer is equals to 1 by 1 minus K times of KVA rating of 2-winding transformer. This is the formula, of course, you know people, but if they asked you a question on subtractive polarity, this formula may not work out. If they give you subtractive polarity, so be careful during the auto transformer problems. Generally, we have a small trick based on voltage. We can get the answer within second. Within 1 second, you will get the answer based on the voltages. No problem. So, auto transformer also a 100% question. Like that, they are asking. Then after, when it goes to three-phase transformers, they will ask you a question on open delta. This is also very important. And they will ask you a question on voltage and current ratios. They will ask you, for example, I connected in star delta. Its primary current is something. What is its secondary current? Its primary voltage is something. What is its secondary voltage? For example, I connected in star delta. I want to convert into delta star. What is the voltage rating? What are the current rating? What is the power rating? Like that, they will ask you one question from that. They will ask you a Scott or open delta one question, and voltage and current ratings one question, and based on the delta delta star configurations, 30 degrees, minus 30 degrees, plus 30 degrees, 150 degrees, how it will be. They are asking questions on that also. So like that, in the transformer, we can expect like a questions. If they want to ask you theory questions also, they will ask you from three-phase transformers. Okay, in parallel operation, the delta should be connected with dash. In parallel operation, the phase group should be equal, right? The phase group should be same, right? So the delta transformer should be in parallel with star. So like a theory question also they are asking. What is the turns ratio of Scott connection transformer? Like that. What is the KVA rating of open delta? How much percentage compared to closed delta? Like that, they will ask you the theory questions also from our three-phase transformers. So completely from our transformer, how many formulas we have here? For example, if they want to ask you numericals, especially they will ask you numericals on EMF equation. They may ask you the numericals on EMF equation. They may ask you numericals on copper losses. For example, X load copper losses is equals to X square into full load copper losses. They may ask you a question on hysteresis and eddy current losses. Hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Based on that, if V by F is constant, if V by F is not constant, like that they may ask you questions, very simple questions. And based on OC test, they may ask you question on this based on the OC test and based on the voltage regulation. Based on the voltage regulation, remember this point, based on the voltage regulation, 100% there is a question. Based on the voltage regulation, 100% there is a question. But they may ask you question from transformers or synchronous machine. If they want to ask you voltage regulation in synchronous machine, they will give you question on ZPF or MMF or EMF methods. Okay, otherwise if they want to ask you the voltage regulation question from transformer, they will ask you where we can get the maximum voltage regulation, where we can get the minimum voltage regulation, like a questions they will ask you, right? Like that they will give you like a small problems, very simple problems. X load, at what load we can get the maximum efficiency, at what load we can get the maximum efficiency. X is equals to iron losses by copper losses. Like a very simple questions they will ask you. This is very important. At what load we can get the maximum efficiency, at what load kVA we can get the maximum efficiency. Like the questions are very important here. Okay, so about the transformer, from our transformer, maximum they will concentrate on theory, but other than that they will give you like a simple questions. Even in auto transformer, mostly we can expect the numerical only. They will give you numerical question only, right sir? So this is about transformer. Then after goes into induction machine. In induction machine, remember this word, 100% they will ask you question on speed, one question, torque, one question, and power, one question. Generally that is the syllabus of course. But what are the speed equations? Ns is equals to 120 F by P. S is equals to Ns minus Nr by Ns. Fr, rotor frequency is equals to S into Fs. Rotor frequency for negative sequence 2 minus S into Fs. Rotor efficiency Nr by Ns. Rotor efficiency Nr by Ns are 1 minus S. Like a questions which are very important, and they may ask you 100% question on speed equations. Nr is equals to Ns into 1 minus S. Based on that 100% numerical question. Otherwise even they want to ask you theory question also, they may cover from this. Then after, based on the torque, generally torque directly proportional to V square, and the maximum torque is equals to kV square by 2x2. Other than that, very important point is that the condition for maximum torque, slip at maximum torque is equals to R2 by X2. If you want the maximum torque at starting, this S should be 1. So R2 by X2 should be 1, or R2 should be equals to X2. Like that. They will ask you from question on speed control. If extra resistance connected, then what will happen? If voltage increases by maintaining the V by F constant, if voltage decreases by without maintaining the V by F constant, what is the change in speed? Okay, if V by F is constant during the change of voltage or frequency, in order to control the speed, there is a trick. The new or the old Ns minus Nr is equals to the new Ns minus Nr, or after changing the voltage or frequency and before changing the voltage or frequency, the slip speeds are equal. Based on that, you can get the solution within 5 seconds. You can get the solution. Actually, it's a big problem, but by using this small trick, we can get the answer within 5 seconds just. So, like this, based on the speed and based on the torque, they will ask you a question from maximum torque to starting torque, maximum torque to full load torque, and starting torque to full load torque also. This is from starters. There is a 100% question on induction machine starters. Remember this, guys. But even that, if they want to ask you numerical question, they will prefer this formula. Otherwise, for star delta starter, the starting time 1 by 3 times, the starting torque 1 by 3 times. Like that, they will ask you a question from torque equations. And then after, if they want to ask you numerical on power equations, especially you have to concentrate rotor input, rotor copper losses, rotor output. Rotor input is P2, rotor copper losses S into P2, rotor output input minus losses is the output. Based on this, they may ask you one numerical. Only this. If you remember this, you can get the answer. And here the rotor copper losses is equals to S into rotor input. So S is equals to rotor copper losses by rotor input, like this. So some questions are there. And then after, load resistance in equivalent circuit, load resistance RL is equals to R2 into 1 by S minus 1. Just remember this formula. Okay, like a very simple questions, but 100% questions on these three. And then after, if they want to ask you question from the starters, it's a very important. They may not ask you question from a circle diagram. Okay, and then after, if you enters into the single phase induction machine, there is a question on capacitor split phase induction motors. 100% question on capacitor split phase induction motor. If they want to ask you a numerical problem, so what is the capacitance we have to add to get the maximum torque? Or what is the angle between, for example, this is V, this is the auxiliary winding, this is the main winding. What is the angle between this auxiliary winding and main winding currents? Like that, they will ask you a simple questions which is standard questions. Right? So then after, they will ask you one special machine, like about shaded pole induction motor, about universal motor, about scratch motor, about stepper motor. If they want to ask a numerical problem, there is a possibility to ask you in stepper motor to find the step angle beta is equals to 360 degrees divided by m into n. They may ask you frequency in that. So like that, in induction machines, especially this is the area for numericals and most of the area for theoretical questions. Okay, so like that, about induction machine, we can expect directly, if you listen my classes, mostly if they gave you 20 marks from electrical machine, mostly around 18 questions will come from our notes. Surely. Even numericals also. Okay. So, whatever, the next, let's go for a DC machine. Here also they are asking tricky questions. Even numerical problems also in our DC machines. Like based on shunt, especially they will ask you based on shunt motor and generator to find the generated EMF, to find the armature current, to find the copper losses, or to find the total losses. Like that they will ask you questions. And then after, they will ask you one question on armature reaction, theory question on armature reaction. And then after, very important, they will ask you question on characteristics of generator. Surely they will ask you question 100%. For a series generator, for over compound generator, for a differential compound generator, for a shunt generator, for separately excited generator, for under compound generator, for level compound generator. Like that, they will ask you questions. They will ask you which generator operates in Negative voltage regulation. Which generator will operate in positive regulation? Which generator? Which generator generally used for traction? Which generator used for battery charging applications? Like based on, if you know these characteristics, you can do answer for any question from the generators characteristics and applications, right? Like that they will ask you question. I mean in the DC motor, the torque directly proportional to Ia square for series. For series motor, the torque directly proportional to Ia square. Based on that, they may ask you question. Numerical problem. What they will ask you? Numerical problem. Like that, they will ask you like a very simple questions. Then after 100% there is a question we can expect from speed control methods. Even it may be theory or numerical. Flux control method, above rated or below rated, why? And voltage control method and armature resistance control method, what is the advantages? And like that they will ask you a simple question. And even we can expect the question from testing also. Which test is only required only for series motors? In which test the speed is reducing, or in which test the losses are equals to, or the stray load losses are equals to, it's a running down losses, like a running down test is there, right? There the losses are equals to, what's the stray load losses are equals to rate of change of kinetic energy. Based on that, and even they may ask you questions from field test. How we can connect the motor and generator set. What are the advantages like that? And even braking methods also important. In which braking method the EMF, back EMF should be greater than the supply voltage. Which braking method is more effective? In which braking method the armature current, reverse armature current, that is braking armature current is more? In which braking method the motor doesn't act as a generator? Like a simple standard questions they are asking, sir. What we are discussing, right? Then after, when it comes to synchronous machine, 100% there is a question on windings. Even in that, they will ask you a question on KPKD. 100% questions are no doubt. And 100% there is a question on armature reaction. 100% there is a question on voltage regulation, like a EMF method, pessimistic or optimistic. Why it is optimistic? ZPF method, what will happen in ZPF method? Why it is more accurate? Like that they will ask you questions from voltage regulation. Then after, not 100%, 1000% there is a question on parallel operation. But the parallel operation is a big topic. They will ask you 100% question on V curves and inverted V curves. 100% question. They may ask you question on reactive power based on the excitation. They may ask you question on synchronous condenser. That is also very important question. And they will ask you, there is a chance to ask the question on hunting in synchronous machine, crawling in induction machine, and cogging in induction machine. These words are very important. Hunting, how we can eliminate hunting? Of course, damper winding. Other than that, by using the flywheel, by choosing the better PSY, synchronizing coefficient. And in synchronous machine, there is a 100% question on power. Power P is equals to EV by XS into sine delta. Other than that, the power equation for salient pole machine. In that, what is the electromagnetic force, electromagnetic power? And what is the reluctance power? Where the reluctance power or reluctance torques should be maximum. where we can get the maximum power in this salient pole, where we can get the maximum power in a cylindrical machine, like that. They will ask you a questions on simple way, which are very standard questions they will ask you. Okay, so this is completely about our electrical machines. And here the thing is that just we have to go through the, once you completed the complete DC machine, synchronous machine, transformer, induction machine, complete preparation, then after you have to make a chart. What is the chart? First we have to go for first 4 machines in that first basic principle. What is the basic principle? Construction. What are the important points on the construction? After construction, for example, any windings are, what are the windings and what are the importance? For example, transformer, concentrated winding, sandwich winding, interleaved winding. For example, DC machine, lap winding, wave winding. For example, synchronous machine, full pitch winding, short pitch winding, concentrated winding, distributed winding. Like that we have to take. Like that, there is any differences. For example, transformer, core type or shell type. In our synchronous machine, salient pole, non-salient pole. Induction machine, slip ring induction machine, squirrel cage induction machine. What are the main points? That differentiation. Then after, EMF equation. What are the EMF equation main points? What we have to observe. Then after, is there any armature reaction if needed? Otherwise, at no load condition what happened? At loaded condition what happened? Then after, if there are any speed equations, if is there any torque constraints, like that we have to make it. Then after, is there any speed control methods? Then after, is there any braking methods? Then after, is there any testing? Then after, is there any starters? Then after, any miscellaneous? Like that, you have to make a chart. Then 100% there is a maximum questions from your chart only. So you have to make this, because electrical machines gives you around 20 marks. See, it's a very additive topic for us. Yes or no, guys? Out of 20, if you got around 19 or 20, see how many marks you added. And even you may not make a mistake also here, because very standard questions they are asking, and mostly well known question, well aware of questions they will ask you. You can get easily, right sir? So don't forget, just prepare well. We'll see who are already joined for SAIMEDHA online and offline. We will give a complete analysis and how they asked already in previous questions, how we can expect the next questions. We can explain, we can we can interact with each other in our classes, right? Okay, so whatever, prepare well. Who want to join in offline or online, our phone numbers are there. Just call to those numbers, they will give you a complete details. And be careful, start your preparation at least now onwards. Okay, there are many jobs are there waiting for you people, but you are neglecting just the post. The many vacancies are waiting for you dynamic people, right? Wish you a very all the best and have a nice day. Prepare well. Thank you very much.